All right, speed. The goal and bane of many a guitar player. Now, while not every guitarist puts speed at a priority in their playing, there are of course some guitarists who make it the guitar holy grail of everything they do on the instrument. Me included when I was much younger. But hey, it was the 80s, the golden age of shred. While I no longer feel that way, it's still awfully nice to have speed in my pocket when I want it or when I need it. Now, through applying the practice technique that I'm about to tell you about today, I'm actually a faster guitar player at 57 years old than I was when I was a hot shot, or so I thought, 25-year-old. I'm going to call this a shortcut to speed, but it may not sound like much of a shortcut when I start to describe it. However, we're talking hours or days instead of weeks and months. And what I'm talking about is muscle memory, and how, when you take all of the technical thinking out of what you're doing, you can play faster, much faster. Now, some of you may know that I played my way through Guitar World Magazine's top 100 solos of all time. And while not every solo required tremendous amounts of speed, there certainly were many that needed some pretty quick playing, to say the least. Yngwie Malmsteen, Steve Vai, Eric Johnson, Marty Friedman, Joe Satriani, John Petrucci, so on and so forth. So many fast solos and licks within solos that despite what speed I had, or thought I had, I still simply could not play them fast enough. Some I couldn't even get past 75% once learning the notes. Black Star by Yngwie Malmsteen and Tornado of Souls by Marty Friedman were two particular ones that gave me a lot of headaches. But there was no bloody way that I was going to give up trying to get through that top 100 list, however. So I turned to my secret weapon that I always turned to early on while trying to play licks that were faster than I was capable of at the time. Muscle memory. So what is muscle memory and how will it make me faster? Well, when you learn something by repetition ad nauseum, it removes all the technical thinking going on in your brain once the lick or phrase gets hard-coded into your fingers. Most times, this is gained by constant repetition at a slower speed, and by relentless repetition. And I'm not talking 40, 50 times. I'm talking hundreds or even thousands of times. And believe me, I've done it. I've done thousands. Now, the main downfall of this technique is boredom. It's generally no fun playing something 1,000 times over and over again. However, when I mentioned earlier that this is a shortcut to speed, here's what I mean. You can play a difficult lick or phrase 1,000 times in a day or two, or 3. That's probably, but not definitely, enough to build it into muscle memory. However, you absolutely cannot get bored. Give up and go move on to something else. You need to be relentlessly determined. Remember, you're trying to build muscle memory so you can shut off your brain when it's time to tackle that blisteringly fast lick or passage. Repetition at a slower speed does not need constant attention and thinking about what you're doing. And after a while, an hour or two, it just becomes quite mindless. I would simply take my difficult Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, or John Petrucci lick, sit in front of the TV, watch a movie or two, watch TV, and constantly repeat the lick mindlessly over and over and over. Sometimes, like I said, well over 1,000 times over a night or two. Guitar, always on my lap. Faster and faster it would start to come until eventually I could completely shut off my brain and just fly through it at speed. I've been quite literally shocked sometimes at how fast I could play by using this technique. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that this will give you an overall speed boost in your playing. It's like the title of this video says, it's all about breaking your own speed barrier, if you know what I mean. Taking what speed you have and, well, making it faster through building muscle memory on particular licks and passages that may be giving you speed problems. Well, I certainly hope this little bit of insight helped you out. It certainly helped me out when I applied it to my own playing. You guys take care of yourselves. Hope you're well out there in your little guitar corner of the world, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.